'tis likely the last level that we will use. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are entering our 10th year of homeschooling. I will have a 9th grader and a 5th grader. And today we are talking about Math-U-See level Zeta, which I honestly think might be the last one we use. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. If you have not heard of Math-U-See, Math-U-See is part of the Demi Learning Company, started by Mr. Steve Demi, and they have Math-U-See, Spelling U-See, and I think a couple of other things. I'm most familiar with the Math-U-See product line. I have used from primer all the way up to the Principles of Secondary Mathematics for Algebra 1, which we quit 6 weeks in and completely abandoned for an entirely different curriculum path, which is actually impacting my decisions with my second child, because I believe that for secondary math, which is everything after Zeta, we will, in all likelihood, transition over and use something different. It will most likely be Denison, because that is what Big Sister uses, so that is what we are familiar with, but it might not be. Math-U-See is a program where, at least in all of the under level maths and to, I think up through pre-algebra, it's set up so that there are 30 lessons, and I'll show you inside the book in a minute. So don't stress. I will show you inside the book in a minute. But it's a video that you watch. It is a teacher's book, and it is practice, and there's practice. So it's like, lesson 2 has 2A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And G is like enrichment activities that kind of involve math, and A, B, and C are lesson specific. And D, E, and F are systemic reviews, and it pulls in things from before. It is a mastery approach, so they want you to master every little piece before moving on. So in that vein, there's single digit addition and subtraction, followed by multiple digit addition and subtraction. Then it's like all multiplication, all division, and this Math-U-See Zeta will be all decimals, and that will get us going and ready for the next step. They do pull in a few things on the kind of last few lessons. They will incorporate things like measurements and conversions and a little bit of algebra, but they also are very, very heavily focused on word problems, which is great because your kids need to learn how to do that. There's a few questions that involve a lot of mental math, which is great because your kids need to know how to do that. The online portion does have online blocks because the manipulatives are very specific to their program. They are the same size, the same color, and the same shape as everything that they will see throughout the entire program. Those blocks are made for this. They have fraction kit overlays and decimal overlays, and it is a really, really great multi-sensory program, and it works really, really well. At least it has for my kids in my experience, until it didn't. So it can be a lot of investment, especially up front if you're getting the blocks and things like that. But something that I've done is held on to every piece, and we just buy the consumable parts, which every year tends to be the student workbook and then the tests booklet. And then that's it. That's all I'm purchasing every year. So for example, this year, our Math-U-See cost me, I think it was like $38, because that was all I had to buy. And so it's a great deal if you're reusing or using a lot or multiple kids. It's a very nice thing to do. Their online platform has their little blocks, like I said, but it also has all of the videos, worksheets, any kind of errors that are in the print. You can find those there. It has worksheet generators, so you can add in all kinds of things. So many things available on their platform. It really is worth checking out on the Digital Toolbox if you haven't done it. So basically, I have used this level before with a different child. This is going to be a look at kind of ahead of time. And I will also tell you how we use it, because it's a little different because, I don't do anything the way I'm told to. I will explain it here in just a second. And then I will give you a look at the website and in the books. And that's kind of it. And I'll come back and I will check in with you throughout the year as we are using it and let you know how it is going. So there are 30 lessons. We will do one a week. And what we will do for the kind of big tests, because it's not really like midterm and final, it's about third or so through. For the test, I will usually give a week for the test, so that, because is a lot of problems, and a week for the final exam, where we're not also trying to do a lesson. That's usually how I do that. Now, when we do the lesson, we will watch the lesson together and do worksheet A on Monday so that we can understand and make sure we're all on the same page. If we do great on A, we skip B, we go to C. If we do great with C on Tuesday, we skip D, we go to E. If we do great with E on Wednesday, then we will just do F on Thursday. And there are additional worksheets there if we need more practice, and I can also generate them online. And that's how we do it. And we'll just do, we're gonna start with lesson 1, and the next week will be lesson 2. And when we get to like lesson 8 or 9 or 10 or wherever there is, the first unit of test, we'll pause and do our test and then move on. And it's that easy for us. And it's that easy peasy, and I like it, and it is enjoyable. Now, we do have the fraction overlays in the decimal kits. However, in my experience, my kids haven't used the blocks in a really long time. They've got the concept and they don't need that extra piece. And honestly, I do think it slows them down, but we have it if we need it. And it does supplement the curriculum, and the curriculum is designed to include it. So will we use it? I do not know. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I am ready should they choose to utilize those. But I don't foresee that happening. And so we will be, about 34 weeks of math. 32, 34 weeks of math on the semester. And then I do envision she will transition to something else, but we will cross that bridge when we get there, because I do still have my my pre-algebra from Math-U-See, so maybe we stick with that again. I don't know. We will see when we get there. So let's pop over. I'm going to give you a look inside everything. Okay, guys, this is Math-U-See level Zeta. There are also the Math-U-See manipulatives, the blocks, but I'm not getting those out because those aren't level specific. And I mean, I've shown them every single time. So I'm not getting those out, but this is Math-U-See Zeta. So it comes with a DVD, which I no longer use. I'm explaining in a minute. Comes with an instructor manual, which follows the exact same format as the instructor and like DVD instructions. There is the table of contents, if you're wondering what's in here. There is the test booklet, which if you've been following me, we only do the unit tests out of these. We don't do every test. And then there is the student workbook. Now, while I have you out here, I'm going to show you what I mean when I say we do not use every test, okay? That is because I think it's redundant and unnecessary, because yeah, I genuinely do. I think it just isn't for us. And so I appreciate that it's offered, but I'm not taking it. Ooh, this one is, look at how well that's perforated. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, so what we will do for Math-U-See, for our program, we will watch the video on Monday, do the first sheet, which is lesson practice, on Monday. So A, B, and C are all lesson only, lesson specific, okay? So watch the video, do 1A, or lesson, page A, for whatever chapter we're on Monday. Then, if we have the concept down on Monday, we will skip B and do C. If we don't have it down, then we'll do B, and then we'll do C. But if we have the concept down, we skip B and do C. If we do well on this lesson practice, so that's 2 days of specific lesson practice, then we will move to skipping D and doing E, which is systematic review. Okay, so D, E, and F are all systematic review, meaning that they're pulling things in to remind your child. So they're cycling back on that. So yes, it's a mastery-based program. It's not a spiral-based program, but it does refresh their memory on things they've done. Okay, so if we do great on E on Wednesday, then we'll do F on Thursday. We usually don't do the G unless it's something she sees that she wants to do. And then, of course, sure, math for fun? Absolutely, yes, every time. But if we're to the end of the week and I feel like we've got it, then we've got it. If we're to the end of the week and I feel like we don't got it, then we do the any of the worksheets we would have skipped, or, and I'll show you in a minute, they have an online worksheet generator, which I have utilized if we need a bit more practice. But because we're doing 1 chapter a week, I do not feel the need to do a test every week. So these chapter tests, they do not make it into my life. They haven't a single time, not one single time in all of the levels of Math-U-See that we have used. In all of our 10 years of homeschooling, have I used anything beyond the unit tests in this? And that's fine. That's for me. And that works for us. Now, this level, the Zeta level, has its own special set of manipulatives that go with your blocks, okay? And what these do is they pop over your bigger blocks and they help you to understand because we are dealing with decimals. So this would go over the entire large block because it helps you to understand that that is 1. And so these are portions because we have the decimals. So that is how these big plates help to make sense if your child is thriving with the manipulatives. My first child did not use these, and I don't know that my second child will. I think they got it. I think they have it conceptually, and so they have really moved away from the manipulatives. But this is a resource that I have that I own that is available from the makers of this curriculum. So therefore, I'm gonna have it in case this ever comes in handy for us, okay? So that is absolutely keeping it. We've never used it. I didn't fully understand how, and we didn't feel like we were in a place where we needed to. And so we did not use it. And so I don't know that we will use it, but I got it in case we need to, okay? So let's pop over. I'll give you a look inside the program online, just a quick glance.
Okay, here we are inside the Demi Digital Toolbox, and I just want to show you all of the things that they have. Help and support, digital tools, video guide. You can go to the manipulatives tool and actually use the blocks online. These are all of the packages that I've purchased that I also still have access to. So here's Zeta. Online instruction videos, and there are so many options. We've got errors and corrections, desktop. I'm going to click into Zeta. So this is my Zeta dashboard, okay? Now, overview, everything you need, digital tools, your manipulatives, worksheet generator, online drills, error log. Now, you can see all of your chapters. I'm just going to show you one. So here is lesson 8. And we're just going to take agenda. Okay, so you can watch the video right here. You can see the solutions to what you need, any information that you need, more resources if you need them, and then the error log right here. Okay, so I'm just going to play it for just a second.
Now that you know all of your metric abbreviations, right? This is kilo, hecto.
So what we have done, actually, we don't even use the DVD anymore. She just logs on and watches it from here and then does the worksheets, and that's that. That is inside the platform. It's really cool. Let me show you really fast. Let me show you the worksheet generator because I think, honestly, that is like invaluable. Let me go ahead and also open up the manipulatives. Okay, so for your worksheet generator, you can choose how many, and you can even do multiple books, multiple levels. You can add another multiple lessons, and you generate worksheet, and then it will tell you, here, let's just do lesson 8, like we were just on. Generate worksheet, boom. And then you can also turn on the answers. Isn't that so cool? And here is the manipulatives. And you can place a 100 block. You can place a 10 block. You can do all of this right in the program. There's your fractions. Oh, there you go. Go back. And here are your, like the other options. I can't think of words. I'm so sorry. Oh, there we go. See, this is the, I clicked on a block. This is the, like the decimal overlay is what this is. So the decimal and algebra overlays right on the program. And that's a look inside Math-U-See.
Guys, I hope that you found any of that helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I am happy to answer questions. I am happy to listen to feedback. I am happy to find out what you think we should do after this. Are you loving Denison? Do you have questions about that? I've got videos on that up. I've got videos on every single math level for Math-U-See that we have used here all the way back to primer when she was 4. So we have used this program for a very long time. So for us, you know, Mr. Demi teaching the things, it's almost like a comfort because it does allow us to understand the way it all works and to get into this great routine. I don't have to think about math because we've just done it the same way for so long and it serves us so well. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this look at Math-U-See level Zeta, and I hope that together we can keep making everyday magic.